Hello guys, good morning. Welcome to my channel. This morning I'm going to share to you some questions asked when initializing a research project. Granting that you have already the proposed title and it is not yet finalized, you review it. You ask these different questions. This is just a recommendatory. This is not compulsory, but it can help you when you will finalize your research title. All right. We have the first one. Is my research project helpful to the solution of a particular problem? Yes, it is very true. We consider this when thinking or finalizing our research title, for the very reason that when we submit our proposal or thesis to a group of evaluators, we are asked whether if there is a problem behind the study. Okay? Next, we have, is there a gap in the existing studies? The point that I am referring here when I say the gap, this is the missing link or missing aspect of the studies you reviewed, because it is necessary that before you propose a research title, you need to review existing literature or studies in such a way that your research project will fill up the missing link, and that is the gap. What has not been conducted in the studies you reviewed, that is the gap. Next, will the research project violate ethical standards? This might also be considered. Do you think your research can harm the people in the local community, in the national or international community? You think about that. That is if it can harm the people, do not pursue your research project, or do not continue with that research project. Next, we have, can the product be adopted by an organization, institution, company, or community as a whole? You might consider also this, because we do not want that our project will just be like a funeral, like a paper put in the shelves in our cabinets for a long period of time, something like that. So you think the adaptability, you think of the adoption of your project by this organization, institution, company, or the community. All right, next we have, can the product of the proposed research project be commercialized? When I think of a research, when I advise my students to select a title, I also recommend to them about commercialization of um, a or of the product of a research project. I told them that when you think of a research title, you may consider about the commercialization of the product. Sometimes they consider my recommendation, but sometimes they didn't consider it. Okay, anyhow, um, this this might be considered. This will be of great value to you as a researcher or to the institution where you are connected. Commercialization is money, meaning there is money when your research will be your research product will be commercialized. Okay, all right. We have also this: can the product of the proposed research project be patented and copyrighted? Of course, this is personal reason. We need to consider patenting and copywriting of our research product in order that our products will be safeguarded. Of course, before you will let it be used by the community, and you let it be patented or copyrighted because there are other people who might be interested in your product, and if they will look at the uh, patented works in intellectual property website, and when they discover that your product is not yet patented, you will be in at a loss. And of course, copywriting, particularly these printed outputs like modules, books, instructional materials, before you will let it be used by your students. If you are a teacher, if you are a professor, you subject it for um, copywriting. Bring that to the National Library for Copyright Ownership. You will be issued with the certificate, and I think and the the cost of copywriting is, I think, 250 during this time when I submitted my instructional materials for copywriting. I just paid 150 or 250, but that was during face to face. Today it's already different. Okay, so the last question is, but not the least, can the research paper of a research project publishable? Yes, we consider this because the trend this time, after um, conducting a research, you share it to the scientific community so that it can be used by other researchers and professionals when they conduct research. Publication is the trend this time, particularly this publication in the quartile journals, yung Q1 to Q4, Q1, 2, 3, and 4. And of course, if you are a teacher or a professor, you please encourage your students to publish their works, their research outputs. Actually, when I teach methods of research, I say to it that my students will publish their publish a project in the international journal, only that sometimes I cannot mandate them to publish their work in Scopus Journal, in Elsevier, or in the quartile journals. It's really because they will wait for a particular or quite long period of time for publication, because the review process is so very much um, shall we say complicated. But mine is for my students to experience publication. Okay, so these are all about for this video. Thank you very much, and if you like the video, kindly share it to your friend. And if you are new to my channel, kindly click subscribe and bell button so that you can be updated with my upcoming videos. Thank you again, and God bless you always, and keep safe.